It's starting a lot bigger.
Yeah. So the only difference.
We actually have minutes left. I've talked to engineers that have come in here and allowed, which are allowed.
Okay, guys, we'll get started. Sorry for the delay. Okay, so we are HackingEDU. And this is our team. These are all the directors. So that's me and Katla, and Amy's our marketing director.
Everyone.
Sydney is not going to be joining us today, but she is our technical director. Kirill, who is in the hospital currently, and will not be joining us today. He was with us yesterday, but he got in the car running. And Jackie, who will be joining us, he's on Skype right now. And then David, who is our community advocacy coordinator, and he's not here as well. So, all right, so I wanted to begin with the story of HackingEDU, how we started. So Google flew all the Google student ambassadors out this past summer, and they put us into, they did some activities where we had to, they grouped us into a group or a bunch of groups, and then we had to create events to put on at our college campuses. And so during this event, I thought of an idea. I didn't really implement it in this project, but afterwards I went and talked to a few of the different Google student ambassadors that were at the universities here in the Bay Area. And I think 3 of them were really interested in this idea of hosting a hackathon where we brought everybody together and made one big hackathon, made one big event versus holding a few small events on our college campuses. And so after I talked to them and got validation, I went and talked to our boss, Sarah, and she was like, absolutely, that's a great idea. So after that, I went home, made a website, sent an email out to 25 different Google student ambassadors, and 6 of them responded, and that's how the team was born. That's how HackingEDU started. So our mission is simple. We're a hackathon for students, by students, with the intent of really pushing the envelope on the contemporary education system, and really just changing the education as a whole in terms of technology. Okay. So the first event that we're doing is HackingEDU Training Day. And what HackingEDU Training Day is, it's a way for all the developers to get their feet wet on some of the different technologies that we'll be bringing in. So some of the companies that we've talked to are Pebble. We actually just got the documentation back from them today saying that they're 100% confirmed. And PayPal is where it's going to be held at. And Twilio, and we're also having Twitter Bootstrap. There's one of the team members of Twitter Bootstrap is going to be coming and doing a presentation on Twitter Bootstrap, or a workshop on that. And we also, basically every company that's up here and more. Also the founder of Socket.io will be there. And it's going to be April 25th. So and the way that we will get people there is we will be shuttling people from UC Davis, from Berkeley, and I believe that we're going to do one from here at San Francisco State, but we need to make sure that enough people have interest here. And okay, so the big hackathon, which is going to be in the fall, that is HackingEDU. So it's one hackathon, 36 hours. It's going to span the entire weekend. We're going to start on Friday night and go until around lunchtime on Sunday. And it's the venue has yet to be released, but stay tuned. And it's going to be October 23rd to the 25th. So why would you want to join the HackingEDU team? So one of the benefits of joining the team is, I actually did this myself last semester, is I got class credit for an independent study here. And this was awesome because it allowed me to spend the time that I wanted to spend working on this, but I also got class credit for it. So it was kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. And you can also, depending on where you're at, you can get internship credit for this because it's a fairly large scale project, and it's something that you can can do to get class credit for in terms of an internship. There's another reason why you might like this is because being a part of HackingEDU is something that's pretty cool. I mean, you get to do something that's really large scale that touches thousands of student developers all up throughout the West Coast, and we will be flying people in for the hackathon, so really across the nation. And it really increases your network with larger companies because we're going to be working directly with a lot of the companies that you just saw, as well as Google, and we're working on Facebook, but we haven't locked that one down yet. But you can really meet a lot of these engineers and a lot of the recruiters that are going to be at the main event itself. But the difference between helping us out here and then meeting someone is here, instead of just saying, oh, I met this guy or this girl at this company and they give you a recommendation, and when they give you that recommendation, they're going to say, yeah, I met this guy or this girl this one time, and you know, they were really great, but I didn't really get the opportunity to work with them. Well, this gives you that opportunity to work with them. Now, instead of them saying, oh yeah, I met this guy this one time, it's like, yeah, I worked with them, they helped make one of the largest education programs in the world. So it increases your skills. So you will be pushed really hard, especially if you join the immediate team. There's a lot that needs to get done. Organizing a large-scale hackathon is not an easy undertaking. And so it's going to increase your skills, and depending on which team that you join, it's going to increase your skills in different ways. But a lot of times you will find yourself, even though you may be a part of one specific team, you're going to have to do a lot of different tasks and take on a lot of different undertakings. It's not just one small focused role. So we also like to have a lot of fun. So we do internal hackathons. We also group together and go to hackathons together. And this is something that's really fun because not only are we doing something really cool and working together, but we're also going out and checking out other hackathons, seeing how they work and all that fun stuff. We also do some fun team outings, so whether it's volleyball or going bowling or just going to the beach and having a bonfire. We like to have a lot of fun. So, okay, so this is how our team is structured. So we have community outreach, technical team, operations team, marketing team, and corporate team. So, and then the core team is comprised of all the leaders and directors of each team. Okay, so look, we're starting off with community outreach, which is the steering committee. And I've gotten a lot of questions on what the steering committee really is. So in essence, the steering committee is the voice of HackingEDU. Any team can get together and do something really cool, but the only way to really move mountains is hard by numbers. So the steering committee is a large body of people. We're looking for about 100 steering committee members from around the country, including the Bay Area, and you guys are the voice of HackingEDU. You help steer our directions in the right way. So let me give you some definitive answers on what it specifically is. So basically, each steering committee member, their role is so we have a Facebook group, and then we have monthly meetings. So what the Facebook group does is this allows us as a core team to drop in questions that we might be struggling with answering, and then we can get valuable feedback from all of the steering committee members. So this could be something simple, or this could be something a little bit more challenging. So let's say that we can't decide on which shirt we want to choose from, and we have 5 shirts. So we're going to drop this question into the steering committee group, and then we can get feedback from 50+ people, and they're based off of the highest vote, we'll choose that shirt. A more difficult question is, what venue should we choose? And if we have a list of 3 that we really want, but we're not sure which one we should choose, we might drop that question and then see what everybody else votes. So that is one part. The other part is the meetings, the in-person once-a-month meetings. So the way that works is that for the people that are in the Bay Area and the people that are in LA, we have a a steering committee lead or community outreach lead in LA, and we also have one here in the Bay. And so the way that those work are at once a month, the same time that we'll be having our internal hackathon, the steering committee will come for an hour, and it's the same day, the same time in LA. And what we do is we'll break out into smaller groups and brainstorm on ways that we can really make this event unique, ways that we can make it different than any other hackathon that's ever happened before. So that's one exercise that we might do at one of these meetings. Another one is let's say that we really want to reach some high-profile person, right? Well, if just me and maybe 2 other people are working really hard, the odds of us reaching someone that is a really high-profile person, such as a CEO or something, that's going to be pretty tough. But if we have a lot of people backing us, we can maybe tweet at said person and then drop it into the feed and ask everybody to retweet it. And if 30 people retweet it, that's gonna hopefully that will get that person's attention that we're trying to get in touch with them. So these are some of the examples of what the steering committee members will be doing. Also, one of the biggest differentiators is the time commitment. So with the steering committee versus one of the other core team roles or the immediate team roles, the biggest difference is time commitment. So the steering committee is only required to work roughly 1 hour a week, and that's kind of we want you to kind of contribute to some of the decisions that we need to make and some of the marketing that we need to help with. With the immediate team roles, those are going to be a minimum of 5 hours a week. So the time commitment is really the big differentiator there. So again, they are the voice of HackingEDU. So I think the next one is marketing. So I'll pass it off to Amy to talk about marketing.
All right, hi everyone, I'm Amy, I'm the marketing director. So the focus of the marketing team is really 3 things. We want to grow our awareness, we want to grow our media coverage, and we want to grow registrations for our event. And these 3 we do things online and offline, right? So for online, we manage all the Google Plus channels, Facebook page, Twitter handle, and generating content. So this could mean video content, this could mean press releases, this could mean blog posts. And if you have any other creative ideas like funny memes or top 10 lists of whatever, like best 10 things students need to do at a hackathon, then we're all up for it, right? We just want to generate really creative content that can draw attention to HackingEDU. And in terms of offline, we attend other events such as TED Talks, as Alex mentioned before, other hackathons, and also tech conferences. So at these events, we really want to just talk to other registration or attendees and see, why are they there? Like, are they a good fit for HackingEDU? And most of the time, if it's another hackathon, then they probably love doing hackathon, and it would be a great event for us to show presence at. And just being there on the ground is always a great thing. So some of the roles that we have available right now are marketing coordinator, public relations coordinator, which ideally would handle all the press. So talking with TechCrunch, talking with Mashable, talking with any other tech journalists, right? Videographer, social media lead, and campus ambassador. And depending on which role you take, the time commitment for the marketing team is about 5 to 10 hours per week. So a marketing coordinator, which would help me strategize on the overall marketing strategy, would be on that higher end of the time commitment, whereas a campus ambassador would probably be on the lower end, right? Closer to 5 hours a week. We have team meetings every 2 weeks. The calls are usually between 30 minutes and an hour, and there we just debrief what we've done in the past 2 weeks, make sure everybody's on the same page, and discuss any pressing issues that we want to address moving forward. And in addition to that, there's also role-specific tasks, right? So if you're the videographer, your main focus would be creating video content, whereas like the social media lead would be in charge of coming up with content for Facebook, or Twitter or Instagram. And in addition to that, the one key commitment that we ask is that everybody attend one big hackathon per month. And this is, again, to go with our offline strategy of really increasing the HackingEDU presence there. So next steps. I'll be sticking around to talk to anyone who's interested in joining the marketing team. And there were a variety of roles that I've mentioned above, but if you still want to be in marketing and didn't find anything interesting, feel free to talk to me because we really want to make this a meaningful experience for you. So if you want to create a new role, I'm definitely open to hearing about it. And if you're watching the live stream, you can email me at amy@hackingedu.co.
All right, so the next team we're going to talk about is the technical team. So what do you guys think the technical team does? Yeah, exactly. So the technical team comes up with the website, the iPhone app, the Android app, the web app, all these different things. The way that our tech team is structured is we have the director, we have 2 on web, 2 on Android, and 2 on iOS. And I just talked about the projects. So so right now we're looking for an iOS developer and an Android developer. Let's see. Okay, so really quick, let me take a step back and talk about a little bit more in depth about some of these projects we're doing. Right? So being a developer on the tech team, it's not just let's go and work on this assignment and then we're done, right? Just similar to a CS homework assignment, right? You really get the opportunity to be a part of the whole design process. You get the chance to go and research and see what else is out there, find the best parts of each app, and then pull them together and then come up with creative ways to make our app even better. So you get that opportunity, you get the chance to do mock-ups, and then you get the chance to implement and build the app. So it's not like you don't have any freedom here. We want to encourage all of the ideas that we can when it comes to making the apps and the website. So the requirements are 5 to 10 hours per week, and this obviously will go a little bit down once the apps are fully built. It will mostly just be maintenance, and then if you want to add an additional feature or something, that's the bulk of it. There is a weekly meeting. Currently, it's Mondays from 8 to 8:30, but we're willing to wiggle on that a little bit. And we just really want to stress that the assignments that get divvied out should be done on time. So okay, so we'll do interviews after this. And if you are interested and you don't have time to stick around, go ahead and email Sydney at HackingEDU.co. And I think that's all for the tech team. Okay, corporate team. So I will let Jackie chime in on this. You there, Jackie?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, one sec. Let's get him out here. There we go. Go for it.
Okay. So I'm Jackie for the tech team. I'm the corporate developer. So in terms of what corporate team does, so a hackathon can actually happen without any money or without any resources from a hackathon. So what the corporate team does, we talk to different sponsors or to get new resources, and also to gain new products for our hackathon. So some of the things, responsibilities of what a sponsorship coordinator would do in my team, we will have to leverage your networks. You have to do a lot of research for contacts. You have to do a lot of phone calls to people that you never met before. You increase your networks, so you get to meet a lot of cool sponsors, cool new people. And something I'm looking forward to, I think you have to at least give it 30 minutes per week in terms of team meeting. Give it over 5 hours. Chances are you're going to be committing even more than 10 hours. And you'll be comfortable meeting with anyone that's new. So I'm looking for one more sponsorship coordinator. So if you're interested in that position, feel free to email me. And the best part about the corporate team is you increase your network significantly, and this is a team where you get the closest to the sponsors. You work with the sponsors constantly till the event, and it will increase your nervous level. So next up, I think Kirill is going to be talking.
Oh no, Kirill's not with us today. He wasn't feeling very good.
Okay, but let's talk operations.
So I will.
See you guys.
I will talk about that. Okay. Okay. All right. So operations team. Unfortunately, Kirill couldn't be here tonight. He had an awesome spiel. It was really, really, really funny. I'll try to do it, but my humor's a little dry. So, okay. So the operations team, they get it done. Clearly. Okay. So a wise man once said that the operations of the event, or this operations team, handles all the logistics leading up to the event and during the event. That's an objective. So have any of you guys seen Avatar before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a phenomenally directed movie, right? And it looks awesome, but the behind the scenes is kind of meh. So it's a little bit of it can be, at times it can look a little bit down in the weeds, but really you guys are the backbone to this entire operation. Without you guys, this isn't gonna happen because we're not gonna have a venue, we're not gonna have the food, we're not gonna have the shuttles, swag, et cetera, et cetera. So this part is vital. It really covers everything. And if you're on the ops team, you are literally probably one of the most involved people because you touch just about every part of the team. You're gonna do a little bit of marketing. You're gonna do a little bit of technical sometimes, but not too technical. You're gonna do a little bit of sponsor stuff. You're literally gonna touch every single piece of the team. We also have a lot of fun, which I brought up a little earlier, and you're also in charge of the sub events like training day and any other smaller events that might be going on at the hackathon itself, like tech talks, raffles, et cetera, et cetera. So the roles in specific that we're looking for the operations team are operations coordinators. You guys are heavy hitters, so if you're interested in being a boss, this is for you. We're also looking for finance coordinators. So if you're interested in finance and you want to help us strategically use our money, this is for you. We're working on a large budget. So if you want the chance to manage $250,000, this is your chance to do that and get real-time experience doing so. The commitment is 5 hours a week, but you'll probably be required to do it once because we want you to know all of the internals with the finance. We want you to know where to set up the invoices. We want you to know where the money is going at all times, which it seems like a daunting task, but if you really want to contribute, you'll be able to manage. You're also required to attend the 30-minute weekly meeting and complete the research / assignments on time. And why join? Okay, so if you want to be a project manager or you want to be in operations or you just want to do event planning, this is for you. I mean, specifically, one of my big goals is I want to be a project manager. And so I can't tell you how much you're going to learn about project management from doing a large scale event like this. And you're also, you're going to be able to contribute to one of the biggest education hackathons. And yeah, if we had you at logistics, then you might want to join us. Next steps are, so come talk to me after this, and we'll see if you're a good fit. Kirill has the operations handshake, so he'll teach you the operations handshake. Also, you can email Kirill, it's KIRILL @HackingEDU.co. And I think that's it. Any questions?
Oh, question. About the technical team, like, Is there already an app for HackingEDU, or like what are you trying to get out of a HackingEDU app?
Yeah, okay, so one of the things that technically we have an iOS app, but we are probably going to trash it and start from scratch again. I mean, it works, but I think that we want to redo it. Basically, the things that are going to go into an app like this are the schedule of the event, the speakers that are going to be speaking during the event. Maybe you're going to have a list so that you can star the speakers, and then you have a list of the speakers that you want to see, and then it'll pop up on your schedule so that you know which ones you want to see. It will tell you what time judging is at. It'll tell you when the food is going to be there. It'll tell you what the speakers, like who is going to be speaking. There will also be push notifications involved, letting people know when some of these things are happening. So there's a lot of different things, and there's some innovative things that we thought of, but I don't want to release some of our secret ideas. But
is this like a one-time thing, or if like you join, are there going to be advancement opportunities for maybe like next year or something like that, like for a leadership role maybe?
yeah, absolutely. So we do plan on doing this again next year, and honestly, you won't have to wait for the whole year to move up. If you really step up and show that you can get the things done that need to get done, if we find that you are doing things without us telling you to do them, you just get them done, and then you're coming up with things to get done, you're obviously going to move up. I mean, it's not going to take very long for us to be able to tell the people who are the talkers and the doers. So, any other questions? Good. Okay. I guess that's it.
Pizza.